Alrighty, what's good, what's good, what's good? What's good, what's good? What's up, man? Welcome. What are we doing? Just trying to jump into this bad boy right away. Because time is running short. Starting. It's starting to. I'm not trying to make it any more tighter than what we need to. Obviously. So hit that like button. Go for 6 likes. That'd be awesome. Subscribe and check out Dan Reviews. Link is in the description for his channel, as well as Mega Man down there as well. Show them love, support. Would appreciate it very much. I don't have his playlist in there either. Whoops, I had to add that. Side note, this episode is for kids. I don't know why I didn't see it. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, it's shout out to Mega Matt. Link is in the description for his channel as well. Did I not put that in the last episode? Maybe I didn't. Apologize for Headshot Bros for being 2 parts. Of course, it ended up being longer than what I was shooting for, obviously, separating the two. That was not the intention, but that's what happened. Did I not have the playlist in there? I thought I did. Oh, I just didn't select it. Oops. Oopsies. That was it overcame me. Okay, and the World Gone Man Complete playlist is also in the description as well. Just reload the stream, please, and you will see it. Of course, if you're watching this later, then it'll already be there. So, but yeah. Alright, there we go. There we go. Thanks for squeezing this in. Yes, yes, I gotta jump into it right now. Huh. So, we are knocking it down to 1 episodes now. And I might do 2, maybe, just to kind of, you know what I mean? Because it's an odd number, so it doesn't really sync up 100%, you know what I mean? I'm actually going to finish it quickly if I keep doing the 2, and then do the 1. So I'm actually going to be ahead. So I'm kind of actually beating Dan's schedule right now. Him going out that far is what's, if he came a little bit sooner, then it would line up better. Well, so I'm actually beating him. I grinded it that much that I'm actually beating him. So now Mr. Rays, is going to have to kind of slow it just a smidge. I'll give you a chance to get it caught up. I gave you too much of a chance to count up. But I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Dan, but, I'm beating you. That's the difference. But, hey, it's all good. It's all good. It's your show. You're the one that's, you know what I mean? If you're putting it on me, shame on you. So, alright. let's jump into it. Probably not to turn it down, but then that probably will. So links for their channels, Mega Man and Dan Reviews. Links are down below. Check them out. All credit goes to them. Go for 6 likes. Subscribe if you guys are new. Appreciate it.
We see Snoop walking through the woods. As we see, he gets spooked by something. We see 3 deadheads in the woods. As they turn around, we see they start running towards Snoop. As he runs away as quickly as he can. As we see him jump very high. As he just stands there and waits. As we see the deadheads run, and all of a sudden, they get caught in a bear trap.
Oh.
Tom comes out and stabs all of the deadheads and says, "Oh, good boy. Well, I wish I had doggy treats to give you, but left all that shit back at the homestead. We'll find you something." As Rivers and Julia walks up to him, and Rivers says, "Damn, what the hell was that?" Tom says, "Sorry, these fuckers are loud. You guys ready to go?" Julia says, "Yeah, I think I'm good to walk now." Rivers says, "Yeah. Wait, did Snoop really just lead all of them into that?" Tom says, "Sure did. Been training him all night. Couldn't sleep." Rivers says, "Ah, wow, he's really catching on quick. He may have to just start killing those fucking things for us." Tom says, "Well, let's hit the road." But as they start walking away, we see a bloody tree. As it says, "Don't stay long."
That's creepy. 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 Times group might have your Kingston bill. Yes, sir. Quickly get another drink real quick here. Huh. Catch it came so hot. Yeah, it's very catchy. Thank you.
We see a fish swimming in the water as he gets stabbed and killed by Tom. As he says, "Damn, these rivers are really filled with these fuckers." Rivers says, "You want something?" Tom says, "No, I just... Fuck, we really need to change your name, alright? Especially if we're gonna be down here fishing this motherfucker all the time." Rivers says, "It's gonna rain soon. We should find some place to hunker down." Tom says, "Good idea. I'm sure there's somewhere around here."
River.
We see the rain starts as they're walking through the forest trying to find a place to stay, and Julia says, "There should be some shelter around here somewhere." We see a house as we see it's covered in vines, as Tom says, "Oh shit, looks like that's the best we're gonna get. Let's go."
I'm still amazed. I love the series. Damn.
We see them making a campfire as they're sitting in this destroyed house with half of a roof still on it. As we see them sitting around the fire, as Tom says, "That was a good fish. We're gonna need more where that came from." Julia says, "So Dad?" Tom says, "Yeah." Julia says, "We've been out here for a few nights. I haven't really heard you make any kind of game plan. I'm just wondering, what's next? You know, for us. What's the plan out here?" Tom says, I'm just finding it hard to believe that everyone back in Kingstonville is dead. And if they aren't, I hope we'll find them." Rivers says, "I just hope Nathan and Vivian made it. I find it hard to believe I'm the only one that survived my camp." Just look. I know it looks bleak right now, alright? But I promise you both, we're a family now. And family protects each other, no matter what. Snoop barks and Tom says, "Yes, and you as well there, boy. I promise you all, alright? We'll be alright out here. All of us." Rivers says, "Well, you guys get some sleep. I'll take first watch for the night." We see Tom and Julia are asleep. As Rivers is standing there looking out at the night sky, we hear the sound of some deadheads from a distance, as she looks a bit on edge. But then, she gets up and pulls out her knife to go kill them. As we then see she walks up towards them. Out of nowhere, we see she steps on something as it picks her up. As she's hanging on a tree, as she's just hanging there, we see they cover her mouth. As we then see Tom and Julia hear this and wake up as they grab their weapons and run out to go help. As we then see they both get knocked down to the ground.
Damn.
As we see Audrin standing above them with a chainsaw. As he looks over at Rivers hanging up, as we then see he says, "Looks like your little family vacation's over.
Oh.
Now that we've gotten all our little ducks in a row, let's decide who gets first dibs." He looks at Rivers and says, "Well, what has blonde hair and hangs like a piñata?" Julia punches one of the apostles and says, "Leave her alone!" Tom says, "No!" Audrin says, "Why the fuck are you all arguing? You all die tonight anyway. It's like picking a cookie from a fucking cookie jar.
Damn.
You know you're gonna take several." Julia is getting badly beat up by several apostles as Tom is being held back by two other apostles as Tom looks terrified for his daughter. As he says, "Let her go, please." Audrin looks at Tom right in the eyes and says, "You know I was going to kill the woman first, right? But after that little outburst, she's got to go first." As they beat the hell out of Julia, Rivers is trying to talk as one of the apostles says, "Don't you worry. James sent us here for a reason, to make sure that everyone here gets their turn." Audrin says, all right. I can take it from here." The men stop beating up on Julia as he says, "Any final words, girl?" As all she does is flip him off, and she says, "Do what you're gonna do, motherfucker." Tom says, "No!" Out of nowhere, truck lights shine in on all of them. As we see several apostles getting shot and killed, as Audrin sees this, as he and a few of his other men run away into the woods, as we see someone is driving in a truck, as the lights shine in on them, as Tom, Rivers, Julia then turn around, as this person gets out of the truck, we see Bruce comes out of the truck as he walks up to the last apostle on the ground, as the apostle says, "You are trapped in a war that can't end. He shoots him in the head and says, "You stupid motherfucker. Is everyone okay?" Tom says, "Bruce?" Bruce says, "Nice to see you again, Tom." Tom hugs him and Tom says, "I didn't think you survived, man." Bruce says, "I almost didn't." Rivers is still hanging and says, Bruce says, I got you. He cuts her down and she says, thank you, Brucey. Good to see you." Bruce says, "I've been out here the past few nights trying to hunt down every last one of those sons of bitches that I could. Until I saw you three." Tom asks, "Where'd you get the rig anyway?" Bruce says, "I took it from the garage when I got the hell out of Kingstonville. Got fuel for a good walk, too." Tom says, "Well, you're a damn lifesaver, buddy." Rivers says, "You see if anybody else got out alive?" Bruce says, "I'm sorry. From what I saw, I was the only one that made it out. Although to be fair, I thought you died too, so who knows?" Tom says, "Well, let's get the hell out of here. Fuck this place."
Yeah. For real.
We see the storm passing by. As we see it cuts to the next day, we then see they're all sleeping in the back of the transport truck. As Rivers wakes up and walks out to see all of the destruction the storm did. As we see Julia walks up to her and says, "Holy shit. I don't think I've ever seen a storm hit this bad." Rivers says, "Me neither. And I'm originally from Alberta, Canada. We've never got this type of shit down there." Julia says, "Is it nice there?" Rivers says, "What?" Julia asks, "Canada. Maybe there's less storms and bullshit there. Not to mention I hear people apologize for everything down there, so maybe there's no James or whoever that guy was last night. Maybe there's not those type of people down there." Rivers says, "Oh yeah, Canada's really chill. A lot better than this place here, I'll say that." Tom walks out and says, "Hey, you ready to go in 5 minutes, alright? You both okay after last night?" Julia says, "We're fine." Tom says, "Well, I'm sorry. Sorry I didn't protect you two better. Although you two can protect yourselves pretty damn great alone as it is, so you both are my family. And with that being said, I overheard what you said, and I think we should try for Canada. See what we see. What else are we gonna do, really? We only have each other. Well, and I guess we gotta drag Bruce along, but either way, it'll be nice to have a little getaway as a family." River says, "Well, I'm in." Julia says, "So am I." Bruce says, "Hey, me too. Canada, huh? I've always wanted to see that place." Tom says, "Well, what are we waiting for, guys? Let's hit the road."
Canada, warm up, man.
Mr. Bombastic. Where all is a bombastic, romantic,
Huh.
fantastic lover. Mr. Lover,
A little bit later.
Mr. Lover, lover.
As we see a montage of time going by, as we see them driving across the country, as we then see them making a stop at a gas station, as Tom says. Alright, let's be quick. As he and Bruce enter the gas station, as Tom and him look around, as he then finds a few ramen noodles, and then Bruce looks in the old fridge and says, "Yo!" Tom says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, you good?" Bruce says, "I found 4 old packs of beer." Tom says, "Oh my fuck, really, man? You scared the piss bubble fuck out of me." Bruce says, "Here, want a beer?" Tom says, "Oh yeah, low key. We could hang our hats here for the night."
With your couscous, you man of the sweet style.
A few hours later, the sun goes down as we see them sitting around a campfire outside of the gas station. As we see Snoop eating tuna that they found in the store. As Rivers says, "Whoa, slow down, boy. You're not usually this hungry." Wait a minute. She smells him and says, "Why does he smell like weed?" Tom says, "Wait, really? Now where the hell did that come from?" Bruce looks suspicious, and Rivers says, "You have fucking weed, don't you?" Tom says, "Where the fuck did you get weed?" Bruce says, "Alright, I may have scavenged a bit of what remained at the party before I left." Tom says, "No fucking way!" Bruce pulls out 3 joints and some gummies, and Bruce says, "Alright, now let's stick to the joints for tonight. I don't need you running around in the woods with your pants down or Rivers with her tits out again." Rivers says, "Wait, we did that?" Bruce says, "Sure did. I lost a damn good beer, too." Tom says, "Alright, well, anyway, let's light this motherfucker." Snoop barks, and Tom says, "Hey, now, we all get a turn." In the middle of the night, we see Bruce and Julia are asleep as they both get woken up by hearing a fucking noise. As Bruce says from outside, Tom, Rivers, y'all good in there?" Tom yells out, "Yup, just getting comfortable." As we see Tom fucking Rivers in the ass. Julia says, "Oh, Dad, gross." Bruce says, "Make sure you keep it up and hard, buddy."
Oh,
Tom says,
Lord.
"Oh, it's higher than ever before, just like my fucking brain." Oh, this is trippy as fuck. Bruce and
Oh,
Julia
my God.
just try to go back to sleep, as they still hear them going at it.
What? Wow.
The next morning, we then see them waking up as we see Bruce starting the truck up and says, "Time to hit the road." Tom and Rivers walk out and Bruce says, "And how'd y'all sleep?" Tom says, "Didn't get much, honestly." My dick is still killing me though. Bruce says, "Well, I say give it another week or two, and our asses will be right in Canada." Tom says,
Oh,
"Damn
Lord.
right it will." Alright, now let's hit Toronto, okay? I just don't want to listen to any rowdy French folks, okay? I never could learn that fucking language anyway. Rivers says, "Me neither." Tom says, "Let's go."
Oh, man. Wow.
As the days go by, as we see them driving through several towns, as they drive past Minneapolis, as we then see Tom stopping for a piss, as we see him pissing, as more deadheads are coming, and Rivers shoots one of the deadheads that gets close to him. Tom says, "Thanks, honey. Damn, you almost scared the nuts out of me. Literally." Bruce says, alright, cap it off there, bud. Come on, we're almost there. We see more driving as we then hear Julia says,
The show's
whoa.
too, yeah.
Guys, look! Guys, look! We see the Canadian border
I see
from
exactly
far,
what you're talking
as
about,
Tom says.
Mr. Dan.
Ah, home sweet home. The place with better health care and drinking at a much more less retarded age. They make it across, as Rivers says. Wow, this feels so sick being back here again. Snoop barks, and Tom says, so Snoop, where do you want to go, buddy? Tom says, he looks like he wants some food. Well, I'm not surprised. Probably that joint fucking up his brain. Rivers says, oh, you thinking what I'm thinking? Tim Wendy's, Rivers says. Wendy's? Tom says, sorry, I've been trapped in the States for too damn long. Fucking Sydney, she wouldn't shut up about that place. Anyway, let's go to Timbit Land. Back with James. We see James cutting up a deadhead as he's using the blood. As we see 3 other apostles are with him. As they see James painting the tree in deadhead blood. As we reveal, it's James leaving these messages, trying to find the remains of our group. As we see an apostle walks up to him and says, well, hello, sir. What kind of adventures are we on today? James says, holy fucking fucktard alley, you are jacked up on something, aren't you? The apostle says, oh, my bad, sir. So, what are these messages for, huh? James says, well, it's been a fucking awful long time, and Audrey still hasn't killed a damn soul out here, and I'm sick of it. The apostle says, well, how about I stay out for a bit? Maybe continue the work for you, sir? James says, okay there, you crazy little fuckboy. Here. He gives him a joint and says, here, take this for your travels. Maybe it'll settle you down a little bit, you deranged fuck. The apostle says, well, shiver me timbers. I'll be back with all of their heads. James says, so you can do this, right? The apostle says, it's all about having fun, sir. Oh, this will be fun. He splits off and James says, fucking jacked up dipshit. Back in Canada, we see them pulling into Tim Hortons as we see a few deadheads in the parking lot as Tom and Rivers get out, and Tom says, we got 12. I take 6, you take 6? Rivers says, sound good. Bet I can kill them faster than you. Tom says, you're on. Tom kills 2, and Rivers then kills 3. As Tom sees that Rivers is ahead of him, as she picks up the drive-through sign and kills her last few deadheads with the sign and beats him, and Rivers says, ooh, so close yet so far. How do you like me now? Tom says, oh, fucking fabulous. Bruce says, so, we staying at this Tim Hortons for tonight? Tom says, you bet we are. Come on in, I'll show you. They walk in, and Rivers says, is it wrong that despite all these years, this place still smells like heaven? Tom says, oh my god, look! They see old Timbits, donuts, and more, and Rivers says, well, sucks the Timbits can't be eaten any. Tom! We see Tom eating an old Timbit and says, well, now it feels like home. Delicious. Bruce says, Tom, what the hell is that black ball you just put in your mouth? Tom says, delicious. Chocolate was always my favorite. Rivers says, really? I always love birthday cake the most. Tom says, oh, got birthday cake right here. He hands her one, and she eats it. And Bruce says, guys? They all go up to the window to see a big group of deadheads running towards the entrance.
Oh, shit.
Julia says, shit, they must have heard us. Rivers says, we can get out through the back door, but we gotta haul ass. Come on, let's go. They run into the woods. As they're running, Tom says, come on. Rivers says, we gotta find a place. We gotta lose them for now. Snoop then falls down a hill. Tom yells, Snoop! Snoop falls down this hill as we hear him crying for help.
Oh no, not
Tom
Snoop.
says, get down there, now! They all try to fight their way through and around the deadheads as Tom says, no, we fight, we save them, come on! We see them kill several deadheads trying to get down the hill. Snoop is crying. But then, We see
Oh.
a reanimated bear behind him. Snoop looks scared as we see the bear bites
Oh no!
Snoop.
Not Snoop. Oh no.
As Tom and the others are running down the hill, as they see the bear is standing over Snoop, as Tom, Rivers, Julia, and Bruce, all
No,
standing in
you're
a
gonna
line
make me
together,
cry.
shoot this reanimated bear down, and they kill it. As Tom runs up to Snoop and says, oh my god, are you okay, boy? Are you? We see the bite on Snoop. Tom says, no,
Oh
no. Rivers and Julia start crying, and Tom says, didn't get here in time. Fuck. Rivers says, I'm so sorry, baby, I'm so sorry. Tom says, how the fuck could I let this happen? He hears Snoop suffering as he knows what he has to do. And he says, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, little buddy. Thanks for all the good times. You truly made this world easier to deal with. He pulls out his knife. As Rivers turns around, as we see, it's too much for her to watch. As Tom holds his dog, as we hear the stab to his head. As Tom puts his dog down.
Damn. Making me cry, Dan.
Back with the apostles. We see Audrin makes it back to the nest as an apostle stops him to the main doors and says, Apostle Audrin, you were asked to go to Mr. West's office right away. Audrin says, wow, you really don't waste any time. So what's he gonna give me, a blowjob for all my troubles? What the fuck's going on? The apostle doesn't laugh, and Audrin walks past him and says, oof, tough crap. He knocks on the door to James's office, and James says, get the fuck in here. Audrin says, hey sir, you wanted to see me? James says, so, we've been searching for our little Kingstonville puppy puppet fucktards and nothing. I sure hope my future right hand has something for me. Audrin says, it's been unsuccessful, sir. Hell, I'll give it to them. They've been ready for me every single time I approach them. James says, so what the fuck have the last few days been for, huh? Goofing off? A failure? But now when I ask you to kill a family, you can't do it, huh? Audrin says, well, how about I address the elephant in the room? Maybe you should kill them yourself instead of sending somebody else to go do your fucking job. James says, okay. Is that how you want to play it? By the end of the day today, I want you gone. Pack your shit and kick fucking rocks, motherfucker. Audrin says, yeah, well, good luck to you. You just lost the only chance you had taking them down. Because guess what, James? You can get rid of me all you want, but there is one person you will never be able to kill. Ryan Dutton. That's the real fucking bishop. And you know what? I'm sorry I ever took your fucking deal in the first place. He walks out as James throws his glass at the door and looks like he's gonna snap. Back in Canada,
Yeah, you're making
the
me cry.
next morning, Tom is just sitting by the grave of Snoop. As Julia and Rivers walk up to him, and Julia says, are you okay? Tom says, he ran, and I couldn't help. First Lincoln, now this. I thought a trip to Canada would change our luck. So far, it's made things worse. Julia says, well, do you want to go back to the States? Tom says, no, I don't. He walks away as Bruce says, hey, where are you going? Tom says, come on. I want to show you all something. They walk down some train tracks. As they walk up to a sign, and Tom says, I found this last night, and it was almost like A sign. Bruce says, well, actually, it is a sign. Tom says, exactly. And I don't know if this is fate or what, but I feel like I discovered this for a reason. Julia says, Ziltramite, your road to survival's destination. Tom says, it's the first hopeful thing I've seen on this side of the border. And after what we went through last night, I realized, guys, we need people here. River says, do you even think it's still around anymore? Tom says, I don't know. But look, nobody's forced here, alright? If you want to turn back, I understand. But we need to decide together, as a family. That's what Lincoln would do. Julia says, okay. River says, well, if she goes, I go. Bruce says, well, you know I'm coming. So, sure thing. Tom then looks at his daughter and his girlfriend as he holds their hands. And as a tear runs down his face, and he says, okay. Okay. Should we go? He looks at them both and says, all right, here we go. As they walk down the train tracks, heading towards their destination.
Wow. Okay. Damn. Damn. Should be. Well, that was episode 12. Story's moving to Canada. That's lots to see going forward. Ziltramite a good place? We will see. Well, we already have a good idea of Ziltramite. Thanks to the one episode with, you know, exactly. Possible fight. Easy. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know in the way they want. um. In the States, yeah. You know, we have a lot of our characters in the States, yeah. I thought the Ziltramite was in the States, was it? Is it in the States or is it in Canada? That part I'm forgetting. Good. Honestly, 10 out of 10. I cannot say. You. God damn it. God damn it. Really? Yeah, I give it a 10. Give it a 10, 10, 10. 10, 14, 15. We have fun with the comedy. Time for the dark shit to go down. Never James to take on. Right? 10, 10, hell yeah. Yes, sir! I didn't have any issues with it. No issues. It was very good. A lot of funniness. Action scene was fire. I love that Bruce came in there and saved him. That was very good. Them killing a bunch of deadheads, fire. Fucking it's crazy. Wow. Oh man. But it was hilarious. Soup Dyke. Damn, I didn't think it was gonna happen in this episode, man. That's sad. That's truly sad. Almost gave me tears. Made me sad, man. I'm hoping stupid long last long. Man, damn. Make me sad. But it's very good though. It's very good. It had a mix of everything. You know what I mean? You even had frickin' James in there. And I lost that guy, but whatever. Honestly, he kind of deserved it. Piece of shit. You should go down. Rich Snoop, yeah. That's always fun to watch. Bros like this. Friend everybody needs to have. Yeah. For real. For real, for real. He's from Game of Thrones, isn't he? Isn't he Big Red? I'm pretty sure he is. Next episode is Sydney. After that, we're back to this war going on. Yeah, craziness. Yep, if you watch him in that show, you'll actually get a bit of an idea of what I'm aiming for with this character. Yeah, I knew it. I knew he was. He looked so familiar. Ah! I knew he was. I knew it. Alrighty, well, all credit goes to Dan and Mega Matt. Show them love, support. We appreciate it very much. All credit goes to both of them. Links for their channels are in the description. Check them out. 10 out of 10. Fire. Playlist is in the description. Check it out for you guys yourself. The World Gone Mad series as a whole. So definitely do check it out. Social media, stay up to date with me all the time. Would appreciate it. Down below. Second channel, Twitch channel, Hasbrook's channel, and become a member down below as well. Check them all out. Would appreciate it. Go for 6 likes. That'd be awesome. I would appreciate it. Let me know what you guys thought, my reaction, and of this episode in particular. If you guys are keeping up with me as I go, love your reaction. I'm glad you enjoyed. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it as well, Mr. Mega Man. So, anyways, we got a lot of far content tonight. We're gonna get back in that gaming a little bit here, and like I said, we're gonna kind of trickle that in as we go a little bit at a time. So, anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Might have a couple fire shorts. Keep your eyes out on that. We're gonna sign out. Peace. Have a good one, guys. Watch out, sisters.